Hello and welcome to the Six Sales podcast from Cannes in 2025. We're here speaking to the movers and shakers of media and ad tech about the stories that are happening on La Croisette and beyond. And this conversation today is with Alex from Pixels.ai. How are you, Alex?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, good. Nice to see you. This is about take 6. We keep trying to get run over by people and all sorts of things going on around us. So it's going really well. But let's hopefully we can get through this one without too much incident. So for those that don't know me, could you please give us an introduction to Pixels.ai?
Yes, sure. So Pixels is a real-time video marketing platform for beyond the wall gardens. So we're able to amplify brands, both creator content, so influencer content or licensed creator content, and find a whole new fresh audience for brands beyond the wall gardens.
Okay, cool. So it's just to put that into my mind in simple terms. So you might start a TikTok account, Stephen Bartlett, something like that. Create content for TikTok, but then also amplify that exact same content out through Pixels across the open web, essentially.
Correct, yeah. To a web audience.
Okay, so there's an obvious reach advantage to that. You're kind of a little bit more in control in how many people will be shown the content, whether they watch it or not. Obviously, we'll get onto that, but because with an algorithm in TikTok, if people don't engage, then people don't see it. So there's that. But what other benefits are there of targeting that content outside of the wall gardens?
So it's a whole fresh new audience. So you're looking for users that aren't just in the social wall gardens, but on web, and they've got a different profile really. So if you think about how people end up on websites, it's often through search. So they've got search intent. So it's a different mindset that you've got from the user, which is really beneficial for the brand. So as opposed to being more of an awareness, sort of brand awareness product, it does the sort of mid-funnel journey. So you've got the brand awareness piece because it's video, but you've also got people clicking through to either a website or back to a social media page, etc. And so you're able to get drive traffic back with real clicks that you just don't get with influencer marketing on social.
A lot of these social feeds are obviously algorithmic, and they rely on engagement in order to show it to more organic people. So could people, like let's say Stephen Bartlett, to keep it simple, like could he create a content for TikTok, then amplify that via Pixels to drive traffic back to his TikTok account?
Yeah.
The traffic therefore sort of stimulating the algorithm, if you like, because of the engagement that it would be getting, and therefore giving him more organic reach on TikTok as a result.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big part of it is about how we define that audience for that particular brand. So we're able to find them specific interest websites that are really on brand for whatever their campaign is that they're running. So find an audience that you wouldn't otherwise be able to discover through social, and then drive it back to wherever they want.
No, interesting. I mean, do the likes of TikTok advertise with you? Because you just have a TikTok player playing constantly across media and trying to drive people to TikTok.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And I think there's also, TikTok Shop is a huge product. It's a third of the traffic actually comes from Asia, but TikTok Lives, 4 hours long, and then you can pick out, so take L'Oreal for example, they might run 30, 40 influencers for TikTok Shop. You're able to take out the top like 20 seconds, 30 seconds that have happened in that TikTok Shop live, and then put it out to an audience where there'll be engagement and interest.
Yeah, all right, cool. And are there any other data signals or targeting benefits of pushing the content outside of the wall gardens?
Yeah, I mean, measurement is a complex kind of subject within social, and you're very much beholden to whatever the social platform tells you the measurement is. And I think the benefits of the web is it's more open, third-party verification in place, so you're able to, every campaign that we put out is wrapped with an attention signal. So the brand will get a report at the end of their campaign to tell them that they've, what the attention score has been. You're able to run trackers and so on, and click trackers, etc. And then with certain clients, we've got server-side integration, so you can go quite deep into whatever their stack requires, whatever their kind of CRM is able to feed back, and that provides a really nice kind of feedback loop that you just can't get on social.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then we're talking about attention and AI are two of the hot topics here this year. Probably will be for a few years, I would imagine. But so from an attention point of view, I'm assuming a format like that with what we call people-shaped content is going to get really good attention scores, right?
That's right. And I think it's one of the reasons why attention has been so popular over the last few years is that viewability is quite a flawed measurement. So for those that haven't had to study it in quite so much detail, the kind of layman's piece would be if you've got a huge object and a small object scrolling through a screen that is measured in exactly the same way. So from a viewability point of view, how long is it in view? The small object actually gets a better viewability score. So the beauty of attention is it flips it on its head, and that's fantastic for us. So.
That's a wicked analogy. I've not heard that one before. I like that. I'm stealing that. I might have to. I might give you a shout out for it. I'm definitely taking that. I like that a lot. I never thought of it like that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and
so, what sort of brands do you have that advertise with you? How do they tend to use you? Is it? Do you work with creators directly, or do you work with brands that are working with creators and then they want to amplify the content? Is it both?
So we're a tech platform, so we license the content. So it'll either come from the brand themselves. If they've got an influencer campaign, they might have 30, 40 pieces of content that are coming out from various influencers. They can pull that in because they've got the license to do that. Where a brand might want to be around tentpole moments, the whole piece around real-time live marketing content is that, take sport as an example. You've got these tentpole moments, stuff happening at the moment will be Club World Cup, Wimbledon, Ascot. It's a busy time. You're able to pull in tipsters doing live odds. You're able to pull in content that is very specific around the changes to matches and injuries and people's predictions and forecasts, barstool moments where you've got pundits talking about what's happening. We're able to pull that in, and we license that off rights holders, more traditional rights holders, the likes of Sky Sports, etc.
Okay. It sounds good. So in terms of the types of brands that you have, like, are there certain categories that seem to really go for this, or is it quite broad? And also, like, sort of the second part of the question, what sort of publishers sort of take this format? And is it mobile? There's three questions here, I suppose. Mobile, is it mobile web, mobile app, and web, or just mobile app, or just mobile web, or?
Yeah. So starting with the first point. So in terms of the types of kind of sectors that we work in, I mean, it follows social quite carefully. So, but there's probably 3 or 4 specific verticals that work really well: sports, esports and gaming, travel, fashion and beauty are probably the sectors where it really works. They're kind of fast paced. They work really well to have like authentic influencer content talking about the brand. So that piece works. In terms of the publishers, it's a premium curated network. So we work closely with the SSPs, the likes of Index Exchange, to really understand that publisher content. And so that will go out to a curated audience. And sometimes it's the really big websites that come up. Sometimes it's the ones that you've never heard of. But the beauty of the access that we've got from a data point of view is that you can prospect thousands of domains at the beginning of a campaign, find out the top 10, 15, 20 websites that it runs really well, specifically for that brand at that time for that campaign, and then really amplify it against whatever outcome that the brand wants. It could be click-throughs, it could be attention, it could be whatever they're looking for. And then lastly, if I remember correctly, you were talking about the environment, and so 80% of traffic now on the web goes to a mobile device. And the whole point, it's exclusively vertical format. We're one of the only ones doing it. The experience on the web for video is absolutely catastrophic. It's landscape videos that fly away, get in the way of your content. They're incredibly irritating, and 70% of the audience is on a mobile, so they've got even less space to play with. So it really excels in mobile, especially when you're talking about the likes of like attention measurement for mobile. It comes up really well because it's taking up so much of the screen. We also run it on desktop, and it works really well on desktop as well. Okay,
interesting. Cool. Well, thank you very much for speaking to me. Take 6, we managed to get it done finally without anything catastrophic happening. But thanks for being on the podcast. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.